morning. Let's have a little look. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's all right. Mr. Channon here this morning. Oh, good morning. Somebody's in the house.
Oh,
let's have a little look. Oh, a couple of people. Super.
Shelley's in.
Shelley, good morning.
Maxine.
Oh, hello. Good morning, Jean. Morning, Maxine. Oh, super. Lots of people on the ball this morning. Smashing. Oh, we've got a right fun hour ahead. We're going back to our childhood. Well, that's how I always feel when I'm doing this, I think. I feel like that I'm in my child phase a little bit. It's always good to have lots of playtime, isn't it? Good morning, Dina. Hi, lovely. How did your did you have a fair this weekend? Was it this weekend? I think it was. Or a fun day? Hope it went all right. Let us know. Gosh, she's got absolutely. Dina's got some incredibly gorgeous jewellery, wood burning wood burn items, not wood burning items. That sounds a bit odd, doesn't it? But yeah, so have a look at for Dina on Facebook. Honestly, some beautiful, beautiful pieces. Oh,
Jean,
morning, Jean.
Oh, we had a good fun day as well.
We had a super fun day yesterday. Yes, we did. We had, I'll just tell you while we're just waiting, we were at, not very far from us actually, at the Walled Gardens in Bourneville, which is near Horncastle, for those that know Lincolnshire. And so it's only about, what is it, about 9 miles up the road or something like that for us? Bit more than that, bit more than that. Oh well, it's not far anyway. And we were doing make and takes, mixed media make and takes with power takes. It was a fabulous day. We had some lovely, lovely new students and some of our regular ones as well, which was lovely. We had lots of fun. There was some other fabulous make and takes as well. There was a willow weaving lady. Oh my goodness me. That looks so clever. I think I would struggle with it. But, oh, morning, Leslie. I think I would struggle with it a bit because, as you know, I have a bit of a problem with my old hand joints. So, but it looked fabulous. And then there was another lady there that was doing, clean my glasses while I'm talking to you. Bob Ross painting. Oh my goodness me. Weren't we, well, absolutely in awe of it. Morning, Laura. Morning. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Right then, let's get started. Oh, is that Brian? I just took my glasses off, Brian. Oh no, Dina, sorry. Oh, thank you. Oh no, it was really windy.
Oh, it was yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, it was here.
Well, do you know, it was windier here, but luckily we were inside, so it was actually a little bit warm at first, but then they opened all the doors and everything, so it was rather lovely. So, oh, and I'm sorry, I hope it didn't spoil it for you, Dina, but you've got some beautiful bits. Hope you made some sales. Anyway, right, thank you ever so much, everybody, for joining. So we're going to play with shaving foam this morning.
Yeah.
And I know Jean's in this morning. So if we we'll just turn the camera around. Mark's lovely, isn't he? Look, he's doing it. I don't know, for some reason it's really far away, but I'm just going to turn it round. Just bear with me.
Arms aren't quite that long.
No, No, they're not. They're not long
good.
enough. Yes, thank you. Showing your very busy desk at the moment. Yes, busy. Right then, so let's have a little look. So we might need to put the camera up a little bit when we start doing the shaving foam, but we'll just see how it goes. Let's have a little look. Yeah, I think we're all in focus there. So I'm not going to make a specific card today, and the reason being, I've got lots and lots of things that I want to do, just to show you really, just some techniques and some different ways of colouring using the shaving foam technique. Now, I am absolutely sure that everybody that's watching and everybody that will perhaps watch on catch up, so thank you if you are watching on catch up, I really appreciate you popping in. I am sure that you have done this or seen it done and so many times, and it is a really old technique. I think I did this when I first started crafting, and it totally amazes me how lovely it can be and how different you can make the patterns come out, the colours, the mix. But what I love to do is to find out all the different things that you can actually do with the foam to actually create different ideas and different ways of, you know, sort of using the products that you've got. Now, we had a workshop, not last week, the week before, and this was actually one of the cards that we made, and I did share this one with you on That's Crafty Creatives. I don't know, it was last Thursday actually, or Thursday before, can't remember, one of the two. And this was all not the actual stenciling. The stenciling was put on top, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. But the backgrounds that we made, they made a lot of backgrounds. We used lots of the That's Crafty products and bits and bobs. This was one of the cards that I made beforehand. So what we've done is I used, obviously you can stamp onto it afterwards, you can put more ink onto it, you can put your stenciling onto it. This is a sort of a sort of idea. It's one of those afternoons that we often mention when we're doing lives, that if you're not really sort of in the zone of wanting or needing to make a particular project, but you just want to craft, this is a super couple of hours of really good fun actually. And it's surprising how little of your paints and inks and powders and everything else that you can use with it that you actually use. It's also fantastic fun with children, and that's why I thought it would be really good to do it today, and then, you know, a few of you on catch up. Maybe that you've got grandchildren over the holidays, nephews, nieces, all, you know, that sort of thing that you can actually do this with. I mean, if the weather's nice, it would be fantastic to do it outside, but to be fair, it really isn't a terribly messy craft to do. So it's ideal. And their little faces, we've done it in a children's class before, and all they wanted to do was just make loads and loads and loads of backgrounds and just draw all over them and things like that. But yeah, they just have so much fun, and they're totally amazed, because it's a little bit like magic. You put a plain piece of card down and you come out with this really gorgeous piece. And also with children, it's really fun to look at one of the pieces and see what you can see in the pattern, you know, sort of get their imagination flowing and things like that. So it's like looking at the clouds, isn't it, and thinking, oh, well, I can see such and such in the clouds. What can you see? I know we used to do that as children. We were from a big family, so we got our entertainment from nature a lot of the time. Anyway, yeah. So just so really, just a little bit of a playtime, just showing you different things, giving you different ideas and different paints and bits and bobs that you can use. So we'll press on. So I'll just talk about this one for a start. We've talked about this one. So this is the one, so we did this background, and I've used the rainbow colours from 13 Arts. I've also used the satin inks on here as well. So that's how we got the lovely colours. And then I've gone on with one of the 13 Art stencils, and I did, if you want to have a little look at all the individual links, I did, like I say, do this, whether I showed you last week or the week before, do you know, I can't remember because time goes so quickly, but it definitely is on there. And I've linked in all the bits and pieces. Now this stencil and the rainbow colours are all on a super duper offer at the moment on That's Crafty UK website, so have a little look for those, because honestly you will not want to miss out on the value of these, because you're going to get so much for a very little money. Brian, good morning, my darling.
So Denise from New Zealand.
Oh, Denise, hello. Oh, now then, it's going to be night time in New Zealand, isn't it? Well, thank you so much for making the effort and joining. Thank you ever so much. Our niece actually lives in New Zealand. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly whereabouts, but she's lived there for goodness knows how long. She went over there when she was 21, I do believe, after university, and she's been there ever since. She's a geologist. She's got 3 beautiful children and they love it there. Anyway, little bit of information there about my niece. Anyway, there we go. So this is the one of Melina Dahl's, it's the grunge butterfly, which I thought worked fantastically well. The detail on it is super. Did you say, sorry, Denise, Brian and Kim? Sorry Kim, I got carried away with talking about New Zealand. Hope you're all right, Brian and Philippa. Lovely. And Jeannie. Now, so that's just one idea. Okay, so we all know that when you've got a nice background, whatever you're using, you can do so much with it. Now, the other thing that I like to do, I like to go over my backgrounds, because the backgrounds are so gorgeous. They're so normally quite vivid, although you can do pastels, but the background really tells its own story. What you need on top is something really bold. So this particular one I did a little while ago, and what I've done is I've actually stenciled over the top with black texture paste. Now if I have time I'm going to show you and do that, and then all I've done is sprinkled over with some iridescent glitter. Now you'll see here also die cutting with your backgrounds, absolutely fantastic, because what happens is they release so well out of the die. So use the dies that are a little bit challenging when you're cutting onto your backgrounds. Make sure obviously they're 100% dry. Maybe do them one day, maybe die cut them another, because obviously if they're still a little bit damp they won't die cut properly. But what happens with shaving foam, even the cheapest of cheapest shaving foam, it leaves a really lovely feel to it, like a satin feel to it. So that means that your die cutting is going to release out your dye so much easier, and that it's just fantastic. And of course you're going to get all those beautiful varied colours for flowers, leaves, oh my goodness, leaves on your shaving foam background. It just absolutely lovely. So yeah, just another little idea there. Now the other thing, move that to one side, the other thing that you can do, I'm not going to do this today because like I say, we want to concentrate on the backgrounds, but the one thing that is absolutely brilliant is to put them through your embossing folders or stencils. So obviously we can go through our stencils through our embossing machines, we can then ink them, you know, like do the resist technique. Let me just, I'm just going to show you this one. Now, I did some greys and some black. I'm going to obviously get onto the actual demo in a second, but I just wanted to show you all the different ways that I've been playing around with it. So this one is a really super, so old. It's one of my old Cuttle Book folders or you know, something like that. And basically, what I've done is, I've popped it through the folder, which is this really fabulous retro circle. And then, if you just lightly ink it over, like so, look at that, isn't it great? I just picked up the first brush. I didn't even put any ink on it. It didn't need it. It's really fun, isn't it? So you've got that lovely depth, dimension, interest in the background, which, by the way, you'll never achieve twice, so I'm just telling you that. You will get the same colour scheme, obviously, because that was out the same dip, but obviously I've done stars on that one. But look at that, when you just pop a little bit of purple over the top of that, that's so funky, isn't it? It's really good. Yeah, so, and of course that's just the ink resist, you know, when you put your ink on your embossing folder and pop your cardstock in. So basically, I've done all my backgrounds, I've cut it to the size, put it in the embossing folder, run it through my machine. Absolutely fantastic. But you get such variety. So that's that. The other thing that you can do, and I'm going to demonstrate this when we've done the actual basis of it, is you can use your stencils. So this is one of our lovely stencils from That's Crafty. Now, if you just bear with 1 second. Now, I do believe, got it here, yep, here we go. And this is number, I'm going to give you the number because I'm terrible for remembering the names, TC 66001. Now, although I've cut it into panels and matted and layered it, I haven't done anything else with it yet because I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet, I'll be honest. So I thought I'm going to leave it, just show you it as it is. But basically I've used a stencil. Now I am going to show you how to do that, because I've been tweaking about with the stencils a little bit, trying to get the best effect with them. Now this one I was really pleased with. Now you all know this is one of my all-time favourites from That's Crafty. I use it a lot. TC 8024. I know that Laura obviously is here, and she will link these into the conversation here on the links on the Facebook site. Now look how gorgeous that comes out. Now you can see I've used some mica in there as well, and that really, it's just lovely, isn't it? You won't get, don't think you're ever going to get an absolutely perfect spot on image. Okay, these are backgrounds that we're creating. You can use them obviously as a foreground, you can use them just to put a sentiment on. I mean, personally I think this one is absolutely gorgeous, but it won't be perfect, not by any means. And when I show you how you do it, you'll see why. So this is a really good reason to get your stencils out. Okay, right, so what we're going to do is I've got lots of, look at all these, look. See, I will tell you now, once you start, oh my goodness me, you really seriously have a problem to stop. Right, so I'm going to put those to one side. I'm going to bring in my tray. So what we need is, we need a tray or a box like this. This is obviously a storage box, which I find is a really good use for them, and a little bit smaller depth if you can, because it's easier maybe to get your card in. And you need obviously some shaving foam. Now I've got various pots here because we've been using these up. Some of them haven't got a lot in, and I seem to have acquired quite a few that have got little dribs and drabs in, so I'm hoping to end some of these while we're playing today. You need to buy the cheapest shaving foam that you can possibly get your hands on. this was £1, I think, just over £1. It used to be about 80p, but anyway, like everything, it's gone up. It is, honestly, you just go to wherever your supermarket is, or wherever you buy your toiletries or whatever, and buy the cheapest shaving foam possible. If you buy the more expensive shaving foam, it makes absolutely no difference in the quality of your backgrounds, okay? Makes no difference at all. So why waste good quality shaving foam? Now, the one thing that you mustn't buy, and we've done this, and it doesn't work, is the shaving gel. If you normally buy shaving gel, you know, you think, oh well, I'll have a go with that. It doesn't work. Okay, we bought shaving gel, the cheapest shaving gel that you can buy. Actually, it's not as cheap as the foam anyway. But we went into a shop, they'd run out of the foam, so we thought, oh well, the gel will be fine. It actually isn't. It does not do what you want it to do. So don't buy the gel. Okay. Right, so what we need to do, we need to just, oh, you see, look, this one's, oh, there we go. Just need to give it a really, really good shake. I have to say, the cheaper ones do tend to need a bit more shaking than what the more expensive ones do, but you know what, it doesn't matter. We're saving money, aren't we, by having, all we're going to do is use these, take lots and lots of prints off, but then we're just going to wash it down the sink, so we really don't want to be wasting our money. So just keep shaking it, and it will keep coming out. It feels like I have got a lot in here. This one is coming to an end, I think, but we're going to keep going until we know. Because even though it was only £1, we still don't want to waste any, do we? Now, I've cut my card up already. Right, I think that's about it on that one. Let's try this one. Like I say, I've got a whole... Oh, that's better. Right, so you roughly want it... That's better. Sorry for the noise. I do beg your pardon. Now then, so we roughly want it about the size of your card. Okay. Now I've cut my card. I've just got smooth, white, ordinary, nothing fancy card. It needs to be a reasonable thickness. This is about 210 to 30-ish, something like that. You don't need to use your best card. You don't need to use watercolour card. You don't need anything like that. If you want to use watercolour card and have a go with it, then by all means. But you really don't need to be using expensive card like that. Okay, so you want the shaving foam roughly the size of your. Yeah, I think that one's definitely gone. I thought I'd try that again. Roughly the size of your card. But remember, when you press it onto the actual shaving foam and the inks or whatever you're going to use, it's going to slightly go out anyway. So don't, you know, please don't fill the whole tray, because you're going to waste A, your shaving foam, and B, all your colours by filling the whole tray and making all the colours. It doesn't go any further by doing that. And honestly, but I have tried this. I've tried lots of different things to sort of catch, you know, sort of like find out what to do and what not to do. Now the depth of it, it's roughly, now then,
I think that's a great noise too.
It's great noise, isn't it, Brian? It's fun.
Obviously it sounds worse with the
I know, I'm sorry, it is a bit, yeah. Now I think that it's about 2 centimetres, 2.5 centimetres, bit whatever in depth. So you want a reasonable amount. You don't want it skinny, and in the same respect, you don't want it silly tall, because again, you're going to be wasting your foam. Now, I'm going to start off with my satin inks. Now, I played around with these with the shaving foam, because I thought, do you know what, the satin inks are so intense. They're such amazing colours to use for so many different things anyway. Let's have a go with them. And do you know, I was thrilled with how it all came out. So I am going to use aqua green. Oh, there we go. Now what you do need is you need either some skewers, some stirring sticks. Oh, now then, where did I put them? Oh, they're here. Coffee stirring stick or something like that, so that you can, well, you first of all give your inks a little bit of a stir, especially the mica ones, the pearl ones, because obviously they are going to settle. And all we need to do is just splash the colours from your stick, or whatever stick that you want, onto your foam. Now you can go with just one colour, absolutely fine, no problem at all. It's your project. You do exactly what you want with it. But we're not going to stick with one colour. We're going to have a little bit of a mix and a match. Why not? Now I've also got magenta, which I did find when I was playing around with them the other week, that this one was a really super one to use. Oh, now then, what did I tell you to do? Stir them first. There we go. And I didn't. There we go. That doesn't matter. They just get. You just need to stir them, because obviously they're a water-based product, and obviously the ink, or the heavier, will sink to the bottom. Right, I'm going to leave it at those two colours. Now what we need to do, we need to create a bit of a pattern, but don't go in and don't go mixy like you're mixing a cake. Okay, what you want to do is just gently ripple it round. You can make really strategic patterning if you wish. So you can go lines, make a little tartan idea, a little bit of a tartan sort of a pattern or something like that. I think I'm going to put a little bit of a darker, let's have a look. I've got, this one is the turquoise. Just going to put, because you see we can add and we can't take away obviously. We can add even after we've done the patterning, if we think, oh yeah, we could maybe do with another bit of an add-on. Okay, so, but you can see how brilliant the satin inks are, can't you, for this project? They've got such vibrancy. There we go. Right, so just pop in those like that. Now what we need is, we need our card, and can you imagine how much fun you can have, but with the children as well? Honestly, it's just great. So all we need to do is place our card down and gently, this is where the children won't be gentle, they'll go and it'll all squirt out the sides, I can guarantee. Maybe a little demonstration to them first might be good. Just pop in your card, just make sure it's nice and level. Okay, and all we need to do then, just give it a minute. I'm just going to pop my lid. You don't need to give it a minute. I'm just going to leave it there while I just pop my lids on. And so I don't knock them over. Okay, and then we're going to lift it up. All right, just move your tray out of the way. 1 second, and then you need your ruler or something straight, something with length on it, so it's more than what the space of the card is, and something that isn't. So when we was playing the other day, and actually you got involved as well, didn't you, Mark? Because it was great fun. Mark had a ruler. I could not understand why Mark was getting these lines going on with his. But the ruler he was using was a bit of an old one, and it had little notches in. It was a plastic one, and you know when you use a ruler, you get little notches or little bits. Well, that's why it was actually not. So it wasn't giving a nice straight edge to it. So you do just check your ruler before you start. Now then, so there we go, look. Just scraping that off, and isn't it just brilliant? Oh, hi Glynis. Is it Braithwaite or Preston? Oh, hi Glynis, how are you doing, lovely? Glynis has had carpal tunnel done on her hand, so she's laid up at the moment. Well, not laid up, but she's a little indisposed when it comes to crafting. So, hope you're getting on all right. Right, so now, isn't it lovely? Fantastic. What we do need to do though, you do need to do one more thing. So you need to have your blue roll ready, and you do need to just wipe off the excess if you have some. Okay. Alright, and then I'm just going to turn it round so it's easier for me. Get the cloth, or nice soft cloth, but this is absolutely fine. What you need to do is you need to buff it up. And when you buff it up, you are going to get a really, really lovely satin finish to the card. I wish you could feel it, because honestly, it's so smooth. It's like you've run over your cardstock with a tumble dryer sheet. And also, it makes the colours pop. If I'd have compared one that hadn't been polished and one that had, you would see the difference. In fact, I'm hoping that you're seeing the difference now. I mean, look at that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? It's a perfect marbling effect without marbling. I mean, I love marbling, don't get me wrong. It's another fantastic technique, but how good is that? So you can see all the gorgeous colours. So you can see the turquoise that we used here. You can see the magentas, and you can see the aqua greens. So I think 3 colours are enough, because if you get more than that going on, it can get a little bit muddy. Do also bear in mind when you're doing it, the mixing of colours, because obviously, as we all know, I'll put that to one side, we can use that for something another time. Or as we all know, when you mix certain colours, you're just going to get a muddy, horrible colour. Now, what we're going to do with this now, I've put what I scraped off, I've put back in. Alright, I can straight away take another print of this, no problem. It will give me a lovely second print, third print. I mean, to be fair, at the workshop, when we were doing it the other week, what we were doing, I encouraged everybody to pass their colours round, because, oh, look at that, isn't that gorgeous? I know, it's very, very tactile. Or am I just a child at heart? Right, so what I was encouraging was for them to pass the different colours round, because they were using all different things. You can also use alcoholics if you wanted to. I find, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm not using alcoholics today because I had so many other things to show you. Now, the other thing that you can use are the powders. So, brushos, obviously, Laura's got those on the website. You can use other powdered paints. The reason why I'm using these is because Laura has these, the rainbow colours, on a super incredibly affordable offer at the moment, and I'm not kidding you, it is such a good offer. I think they're on the are they on the office page, Laura, or on the, I can't, you'll no doubt you'll put those. Now what you need to do is, what I found was, if I went in and just sprinkled them on, it was okay, but you're going to, what you get is, and let me just grab one of them that I want to show you. Right, I'm going to show you this one. So can you see here where you can see these flecks? that's when I've gone in purely by shaking the powder onto the sorry, on both pages. Oh, excellent, thank you, Laura. I know they're on an absolutely unbelievable offer, and when I say unbelievable, I mean, like, I'm not quite sure where Laura was when she decided to do that, honestly. Grab them while you can, because I know that she won't be getting any more. You can see here also, can you see the flecks of the powder there? So basically you get that, which is lovely. I'm not saying that I don't like it, but if you want a much smoother finish and not have the speckly bits, what you need to do is you need to just grab yourself like well, I mean, I've got here just some plastic cups. Just spray or just pop in a little bit of water, maybe about 10 sprays of your water, and then actually dissolve the powder into the water, and this is going to give you obviously a liquid. And this is how you would use the powders to paint with. I use these to mix into my white texture paste, to give coloured texture paste. Absolutely fantastic they are. You really, I'll be honest, if you'd like anything like this, you like making backgrounds, you love watercolour painting, you need to be checking these out, because they are such a good price. Right, so I'm just going to pop, I mean, you can pour it on, but you might get it a little bit heavier than what you want. So all you need to do is just basically dissolve the crystals. If you're using Brushos, exactly the same, or any other make of the powdered paints. Now obviously we can you know, do various colours. That was the, oh, which one was that one? That one was, it was just called pink. It's pink. Now what we can also do is, and I want to introduce another product, is we can use our multi-surface paints. So obviously we've got our matte colours, and we've got our mica colours as well. So I'm trying to stick with a very similar idea to what the colours that we were using before. Now I'm going to put a little bit of that paint on my, I've got a palette just down the side of me, and all I'm doing is I'm just mixing that with a little bit of water. The only reason is because this one's got a tiny bit thicker, because it's a bit thicker than what I wanted it to be. But what we're going to do, just pick it up and just pop it into, or just drop it into the actual foam, like so. So use your multi-surface paints. I know we've all got them. You know, just have a play. I've tried all these out so that I can recommend them to you. Alright, so should we have another? No, I'm quite happy. Should we? No. Oh, I'm so indecisive today. I know, gosh. Don't ask me what we're having for tea. Actually, I do know what we're having for tea. Right, so give that a little gentle mix. I'm not saying you need to be going over it like, you know, you're sort of like your fairy fingers, but you do need to just be aware that don't mix it, because you'll just basically get one mixture of the colours that you've put down. So pop that down, give it a second, and while you just tidy up around you. So the powders you need to dissolve, but you need the tiniest bit. Okay, you do not want to be adding lots and lots of water into the shaving foam, because basically what's going to happen is it's just going to dissolve, so you're not going to get that you're not going to get that finish. Well, it's just going to dissolve, so you're going to have to put more shaving foam in, which is a bit of a shame, really. Now this is going to be, sorry.
Angela's just popped.
Oh, good morning. Thank you for joining us. This is going to be paler, all right? So take your ruler, just take over the top, exactly the same, nothing different. Every time it's going to be the same when we do this. And look at that. I'm going to bring that up to the camera in a second just to show you. I'm going to wipe my ruler and then just give it another wipe over. So just have your kitchen roll, old cloths, all that sort of thing beside of you, and then get your piece of kitchen roll or a nice soft cloth and just take off your excess like so, and then give it a buff. And this again, like I said earlier, this is when you're going to make it a super, oh, that is beautiful. That is lovely. Do you know, Brian, I can see you making some stunning backgrounds with these, because I know I'm mentioning you because you love your backgrounds, don't you? There, look at how that's come up, and look at the mica. Let's see, can we catch in that on the camera? I'm hoping that we are, because it really is beautiful. Hope so. Well, let's see, I've got it as far up as I can. I'm really hoping that you're catching that. Just stick your thumbs up if you can, just to see. There we go. I absolutely love that one. It's so pretty with that mica going on. Now, where are we looking? I'm just looking at the time. So we've still got plenty of time. That's lovely. Now, another idea. Ah, excellent. Thank you so much. I really did want you to get the absolute full benefit of all the demos. Now, I can use this again. I'd absolutely 100% can use this again. So all I would do is bunch it all up again to roughly the same size, and then maybe put in some darker colours. Do think about what you're putting in though, so you don't get a muddy mess. But I definitely can use that again. I'm not going to on this occasion because I want to do some more a different colour. Now I have earlier.
Angela thinks it looks like strawberry and pistachio.
Oh, do you know, Angela? Well done, you. That actually. Oh my gosh! Can you imagine? You know, raspberry ripple ice cream. Oh, lovely! I love ice cream. Can you imagine pistachio running through raspberry ripple ice cream? They've put pistachios in everything these days, so I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that. How good would that look? Oh, lovely idea, Angela. Thank you for that. Now then, so earlier, before we came live, I was getting a stencil ready because, and I'm going to tell you about this in a second. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I used. I'm just bunching it up. There we go, just bunch it up a bit so you've got a bit of space going, you know, a bit of height. Because obviously when you press it down you lose a little bit of height, don't you? Everything smells so gorgeous as well. Your cards smell lovely when you've made them. Everything around you, your hands smell lovely. Right, so what I've got in here, I used, the colours that I used are the Satin Ink Violet and the Satin Ink Blue. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we do a stencil now, because the stenciling is absolutely fantastic. But like I said to you, you have to bear with it. You are not going to get an absolutely spot on, perfect stencil. Okay, finish. You know, say if you go in with a texture paste or when you go in with your inks, you're going to get a really spot on stencil, aren't you? You're not going to do it on this case, all right, because it can slightly bleed under and bits, but we'll talk about that in a minute. What I need to do is I need to refresh these colours because I did use them. Now I'm going to use something else to show you all the different things. So if you've got these in your stash, Creative Muse Designs, beautiful satin acrylic paints. You know I use these an awful lot, so you might have some of these in your paint collection from That's Crafty. Now I've got a plastic knife here. Let's have a little look. So I'm just going to pop a little bit. Try not, in fact, don't put the shaving foam back in the pot because you will get when you've closed it up, basically you're contaminating your inks. So, and you really don't, you obviously don't want to do that. Right, so I put in, this one's Creative Muse and it's the deep violet, and then I've got which one's this one? Red. It's more of a, I must admit, it is more of a pink, but it's a gorgeous colour. Right, so just spread those out a little bit. Now, I've found that when I'm doing stencils, if you can do it a little bit stronger, the colours are not too pastel-y, because sometimes you don't really see the full pattern coming through. So we'll go with that. Let's give this a little bit of a swirl, and we are going to be using this stencil here, which is the Daisy Splodge, one of my favourites because I just think it's so funky. I mean, you're all thinking, oh, they're all your favourites, Jo. You're right, I have a lot of favourites, but this one is fantastic. I love this one because I can doodle inside it. So I have used this before we came onto the live, and I've got one waiting for me, because the thing is with stencils, what you do need to do is you need to leave it. So I'm going to show you how we do it. Take your cardstock, still the cardstock that we've been using the whole time, and pop it down. Now, if you're well behaved, you will fasten it down. I'm going to be trying to be well behaved today. Normally I just don't fasten it down and try and do it with 6 hands doing it, but I must admit it is easier if you just fasten it down. This is just some washi tape. Just anchor it down. A little bit of washi. Now what we need to do is we need to take our paint, but we need to do it slightly different this time. We need to do it, just clean that palette knife. In fact, I'm going to get this palette knife. Just ignore how dirty it is. It's actually clean, but it's just well used. What we need to do is we need to actually pick up the shaving foam like this, okay, and then we need to place it down. Don't splodge it down. Don't go through the stencil yet. I don't want you to do that, not yet. I want you to just do exactly the same as what I'm doing. And I'll be honest with you, I've tried a few different methods, and this is why I'm showing you this one, because this one was the most effective out of all of them. I'm just scooping the top layer and then just reversing it and laying it onto the top of the stencil. I had a look at a few people that have been doing it on YouTube with the stencils as well, and some were doing it in one way, some were doing it another. I mean, I wasn't say that I was looking for how, I'll be honest with you, I was looking how not to do it, because sometimes people are doing it on YouTube and bits and pieces like that, aren't they? And you think, well, that's not really the effect that as good as an effect as what I would have liked, really. But so leave that. Obviously, I'm going to use this again. So that's 3 times I'll actually have used this one. So I'm trying to sort of like press to you that this, you know, the one lot of shaving foam is definitely not a one-trick pony. Okay, so what I need you to do is I need you to just leave that to sit there for a few minutes. Alright, so whilst it, actually I needed to just put a bit of tape on that bottom bit. Let me just leave it. I want you to leave that just sit in there for a few minutes. Just lift it up. It's fastened down so it doesn't matter. Now what we're also going to do is, while I'm just sitting that for a few minutes, and it really is a few minutes, it's not very long at all, I'm going to just have a go with this. Now I'll be honest with you, I thought about this 10 minutes before we came live, and I thought, I wonder if I masked off a piece of card with the, obviously I've got washi tape here, you can use whatever you like, low tack tape. Make sure it's low tack though, else it's not going to come back, it's not going to come up off your card, and it's going to make it messy. I'll tell you what, I'm going to use a different colour very, very quickly here. Hopefully I'm, oh, there's the noise I am, there we go. Oh. If you weren't here at the beginning, just to point out, I'm trying to use up a lot of cans of the shaving foam that we had in class last week. This one, let's try this one. Give it a good shake up. Oh, here we go. Yeah, lovely. I want to just use oh, come on. Gets your muscles going as well. Shaking. Right, that'll do. Right, so what I want to do now is use a different, let's choose a different, I'm going to go with, now I got the walnut ink crystals out, and I thought, I wonder if, because we dissolved the powders in the water like we did, I think that we could do the same. Oh, put the water in first. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I put 10 sprays of the water in, and then I'm just going to put maybe half a teaspoon, if that. Or I might need a bit more. Oh no, that's fine. So just mix in, sorry, it's a bit, the cup's a bit deep, but just mix it round a little bit. And dissolve. You don't need to use boiled water, nothing like that. It's, you're only using it and making making your liquid. Right, so let's pop this. Oh, I think that's going to be super lovely, lovely and dark. Let's have a little look. I might need a little bit more foam, but it'll be fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of the metallic bronze. Now I might need to just water that down a tad. The metallic colours and the mica colours in the multi-surface paints from That's Crafty are thicker than the other ones. It's because obviously you've got an additional product in there, haven't you, with the micas. So let's just pop that. So what I'm trying to show you is you can also do lovely masculine feel like backgrounds. Now obviously this one has got that mica in, so we're going to get a nice colour going on with that. Right, I'm just going to leave it with the two colours on this one. Give it a nice, I've got a little bit, actually that looks nice, it looks patinaed. A little bit of the metallic patina in there that I used on the last one. So that's actually, well, I quite like that.
I wonder if you shave it afterwards, you can get that.
Oh, obviously Mark's getting bored. Mark said, I wonder if you, what, if you shave afterwards, what would happen? Only you. Do you think you'd have a nice pattern on your face? I think you'd look a bit strange when you go down to the post office though. Should we try it later and then post it on Facebook? No, please don't do that. We're not saying do that. We're disclaiming that idea. I'm actually put a little bit more of that patina in because I think that it's rather gorgeous. They would all think, perhaps down at the post office when you do the post, that you've had a very interesting weekend. Right, so we're going to place this down, and the idea hopefully is that it's obviously going to go where in these spaces that you don't have the masking, which will be quite good. But I haven't tried it. I didn't try it earlier, so that's another idea. If you've got the walnut ink crystals,
Brian's done it before as well.
Brian's to put the shaving foam on his face. Don't encourage him, Brian. He does not need any encouragement, okay? Right, pop that to one side. Put that down. Right, now bearing in mind, this is a off the cuff and not I've done it before. See what happens. Oh, it's very pale. Oh no, it's not pale all over. I was going to say it's very pale. What we could do is
Mint chocolate chip on this one.
actually, definitely, absolutely. Can you see?
It's Angela.
Angela again. Oh, Angela, you're hungry, aren't you? Do you think you are? Do you think that's what it is? We're all going to be wanting ice cream after this, aren't we? Well, there is an ice cream out for the front, but it's not because it's come to give us ice cream. It is, as you know, we work in a unit on the industrial estate, and opposite us we have a lovely chap, Paul, who actually services and mends ice cream vans. And you know, when we've had this really gorgeous, well, sometimes a little bit too warm weather, when these ice cream vans have been parked there, it's very, very annoying because they're parked there to be mended, not to actually give you ice cream. Now, this actually wasn't my intention at all, but I quite like this. I quite like how this has actually turned out, as in I've just literally just had this washi tape. I've had this washi tape years, and I'm just using it as a low tack tape. But do you know what? That actually looks quite good, doesn't it? Because it's got chocolate written in the washi tape as well. The idea is I'm going to remove this washi tape, but it seems a bit of a shame really, but I might have another go at this with using this actual washi tape as part of the design. But that actually would be quite cool in the design. But what we want to do is we want to actually take that off. Now, whether it's going to work or not, we don't know. Let me just find my, here we go, my poker tool. So I did wind it underneath. I haven't forgot the stencil, by the way. I will show you that as my... now then, has it got wet? Oh no, it's all right. I think. It has gone a little bit soggy, but not. Oh. So, yes, that is. No, it's only because it's got a little bit wet. But I don't really want to leave it on any longer because it will stick. Washi tape does tend to stick quite firm once you've left it on. I didn't really want to do that, but it's given me that really nice. I'm just going to score that with my poker tool because what I did was I actually. Oh, now then, that's quite good actually. Quite like that. What anybody else thinks, maybe it's just me getting a bit overexcitable. But when you obviously take it off, you've got that really super masked area. The one thing that I didn't do on this one, I didn't make the area of foam big enough to actually go right to the bottom, so it's a little bit paler on the bottom this part of it, but that's fine. We don't necessarily have to use. More stuck up there.
It comes off easy when it dries and you warm it up.
I actually was thinking if I warmed it up, it would literally peel off, wouldn't it? And how many times have I told people that, and I'm actually not doing it myself, like a Wally. I also tell people that when somebody's mistakenly put something down using double-sided tape onto, maybe if you're doing like a mat and lay and you've got it a little bit skew with, sometimes it's if you use your heat tool, there. But considering that was just a little bit of a experiment, I think it's worked rather well. So what we could do is we could, and then, you know, sort of do some, maybe some word stamping or some patterns in there or something like that. So it's quite cool actually. I love that colour scheme as well. Right, I'm going to put that to one side because that was just an additional, a bit of an idea that raced around my head. I'm going to take that wet paper off. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to bring in the stencil. So we got to this part, didn't we? And what we need to do is just need to carefully just take off our masking tape. There we go. Right, I'll just leave that there for a minute. And then we need our ruler. Of course, it's, here we go, on the other side. And what we need to do is, as if we're taking the actual shaving foam off like we would on the card. You've still got the stencil on, remember. Don't take the stencil off. Okay, leave that on there. And then lift your stencil up, pull off your masking tape. Now, again, just leave it like that. You can see, I'm going to lift it up as far as I can go and see if you can see it's still got shaving foam on it. All right, just a little bit. But if I take my ruler now and scrape that back off that piece of paper, it's going to smear. So I'm going to just leave that to dry. Pretty colours though, isn't it? Really pretty colours. Leave that to one side. And I'm going to bring in this one. Now this one is the one that I did. I literally did it, and the reason why I looked at the time, it was about 20 to 11. I wanted to do it as near as what I could to the live because I wanted to show you it doesn't take long. So it looked exactly like the one that I've just shown you. So if you then buff that up, now I think, I do like that as a background, but I do think that it could have been a bit darker so that the actual flowers popped out a little bit more. Or, but I tell you what, ignore that bit because that's what went over the stencil. But you can actually see, there's definitely see the stencil on there, can't you? You know, you've got that definite definition there. And then what you can do is, if I can find one, and they're not all at home. Ah, here we go. No micron pens. What you can do then is, I just take this one. If you just, and if you're not, if you've got a bit of a wiggly hand, then make it wiggly, because I always find that that's the best way, because then it looks as if you meant to do it wiggly. Just, this is very rough and very quick. Just go around the petals like so. I mean, that is very rough and quick, but just go around the, in fact I think it would have been better if I'd have done one wiggly really. Yeah, I think it would. Make sure you've got all your shaving foam off. Won't damage the nib, it'll just make it not run quite so easily. There, that's better. I think if you do a wiggly line rather than, so if you went round the flowers and everything, you've got a really quite a funky, quite cool idea going on there. Right, so that was that one. Now I'm going to just bring in, let me just bring back in that one. That's the one that I did with that lovely stencil, and then that one, which is the leaf one, that was an absolute corker. It worked out brilliantly. So, you know, I mean, you've got a few patchy bits there, but you know, it doesn't matter, does it? I think it's a great background. And it could have gone round with your pen if you wanted to, and gone, oh, but I didn't think it needed that one. This one, obviously, now when I scraped this one back, it did fill in a couple of little areas, but you can still see that pattern, can't you? And you can still see this one, I think maybe a little bit darker. It'll be interesting to see what happens with this one when it dries. What I'll do is, when it does dry, I'll show you the before and after, and then give it a little bit of a enhancement with the pen. That might be later on though. Okay, so where did we get to? Right, the one thing, oh, it's way past time. I'm not going to do it then. What I'll do is I'll just talk you through it. So this was obviously stencil. I do believe it's one of Melina's stencils. And all I used is the black texture paste straight through the stencil. Take the stencil off, take your excess off, put it back in your pot. Move your pot away, because what you don't want is to get the glitter in your pot so that you've got a whole pot of black texture but glitter. Whilst it is still wet, and it's really, really important because that texture paste dries quickly, pour on some iridescent glitter, fine, really fine iridescent glitter. It will stick to it, but just leave it to sit. Don't knock the glitter off straight away, just leave it to sit on it, and then you'll find that it is actually a rather pretty way of using some of your backgrounds. So that one obviously was that one there. I think I've got one here. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, can I just grab, just bear with me 1 second. Oh no, I must put it in another box. It's not a problem. But I made a frame with one of them, die cutting it out. And of course, like I say, stamp onto your backgrounds, die cut your backgrounds. Just do loads of things with your backgrounds. It's going to be just so much fun. Anyway, I'm going to bring you back. Let's have a little look. Bring you back to my desk. Looks as if we've had a right good old session. Oh no, Angela's got to go to the vampire clinic. Oh, I do hope you get on all right, Angela. Oh, she's going to have an ice cream on the way home.
Of course she is.
Please do let us know what sort of ice cream you have and enjoy. Let me turn that round. Thank you ever so much for a bit of a skew whiffy moment there. Thank you ever so much, everybody that's joined in this morning, and for everybody that's been on catch up as well. Because I do appreciate some people do go to work. This is my work, which I'm very fortunate to be able to do. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. You got some hints and tips. I hope you've enjoyed it, Brian, because I know you love your backgrounds, don't you? I must say, this one with the masking tape, I think there is a little bit of work on that one to maybe do a few more. You know, when you're doing your masking tape, maybe have a little bit thinner masking tape or something.
Yeah.
But definitely, it's an idea, isn't it? It's an idea to do. Well, no, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was saying about doodling and colouring and doing all sorts of things. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling now. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed showing you. Have a little look at what you've got in your stash. Please don't forget that these and a whole host of other 13 Arts bits and bobs, stencils and bits and bobs, are on a absolutely bonkers price on That's Crafty. Alright, honestly, don't miss out on those. Once they've gone, they've gone. Right. Oh, fabulous. Thank you ever so much. Thank you, Dina. Thank you, Glynis. Hope you're getting on alright, darling. Thank you. Thank you ever so much, Laura, for asking me to do this again. And I will see you in a... Oh, no, actually. Where are we now? Just a minute. I'm looking at my calendar. I'll see you on Thursday evening, because I think that's my late night Thursday, isn't it, for That's Crafty? Yes, it is. Lovely. See you all soon. I'll put it on Facebook anyway. All right. Bye for now.
Bye.
Oh, thanks, Shirley. Bye, everybody.